here's our daily meditation for today, the 29th of June. Some of you will know that I prefer Twitter as my social media platform of choice. Well, I've recently followed the newly appointed German ambassador to the UK, Andreas Michaelis. So far, he seems a really good bloke and his views have been enlightening. Of course, he has to be circumspect in his comments because of the job he's been given. For his comments can and will be taken as the view of the country which he now represents. This reminded me of today's text, which comes from 2 Corinthians 5 verse 20, which says, "Therefore we are Christ's ambassadors, God making his appeal through us. We implore you on behalf of Christ, be reconciled to God." Paul says that he and his colleagues have been sent as God's prophetic ministers of the new covenant to announce God's peace treaty and to act as Christ's ambassadors. I love the Apostle Paul's word choice here. The job of an ambassador is to represent someone or something. Everything an ambassador does and says must intentionally represent the sender who isn't physically present. His calling isn't limited to 40 hours a week, to certain state events, or to times of international crisis. He's always the King's representative. His actions, character, and words embody the King who isn't present. In the same way, Paul says that God has called us all to function as his ambassadors. Everything we say and do has import because of the King we represent. This isn't a part-time calling, it's a lifestyle. We represent God's purposes to the people he places in our lives. And the primary issue is, how can we best represent the King in this place with this particular person? When we as ambassadors assume our responsibilities, our lives cease to be our own. We need to acknowledge that our lives belong to the King. Our lives don't belong to us for our own fulfillment anymore. Can you see where we often get ourselves into trouble? Often we don't really want to live as ambassadors. We want to live for ourselves, but we are called to so much more. Just think of all the specific relationships where God is calling you to be an ambassador. How can you represent the King? God bless.